Welcome to another episode of Tech Talk, where we show you how to embrace technology to move your business forward. I'm Ramya Warrior, the chair of Tech Talk, and today our guest is Joseph Haker. He is an accomplished hospitality, gaming, and high-end residential lighting designer turned social media platform CEO. Joseph has launched Dezignwall to help connect the design community in a global, virtual, professional marketplace. So emerging technologies, how to use Dezignwall to grow your business, a how-to guide to using Dezignwall, a virtual trade show for the global design industry. Discover easy tips and tricks to this emerging technology to help you grow your interior design or your product business. All right, welcome, Joseph.
Good morning.
Good morning. So I have to say, generally I practice saying the last names. And then I just realized, oh my God, I just didn't do that.
No, you know what? Strangely enough, on my side of the family, we pronounce it Hecker.
Hecker, okay.
Yeah. On my cousin's side of the family, they pronounce it Hacker. So I don't know which one's right. So okay. We just roll with it.
Okay. All right. So now I know how to pronounce it better.
You've got two options.
Or Hacker, yes. All right. So how would you like to continue? Like, do you want to share your screen, or do you want to talk first and then share your screen? It's up to you, but the floor is yours.
Okay. Well, first, thanks for joining. This would be the first time that I would present Dezignwall as a kind of a page-by-page product as a demo. Dezignwall, if you imagine that Amazon is the world's largest retailer without a brick and mortar, so you can't actually go stand in their store. Dezignwall is the world's largest furniture, decor, and equipment trade show without the confines of a building. So, it's a social platform designed specifically for the design industry. So for that, just like you wouldn't get a phone call from Facebook, you're not going to get a phone call from Dezignwall. There's no salespeople at Dezignwall. There's no marketing people at Dezignwall. We're a social platform. Our growth is because of that social network style of platform. So, but we do have some pretty interesting stuff that we're doing this weekend or this week. As I'm on a flight out to North Carolina, we will be shutting down our existing website, and we will reboot it with our new social features. So this is a really exciting and tense week for me. So we'll see how it all goes. Here, I'll go ahead and I'll share the screen and kind of give you guys a preview of what's going on with the site. Let me hide that. So this is our existing site. And it looks like we've got new images posted. So just like on, and I don't know how this will go. So for the most part, I demo from a mobile type of a screenshot because most of our users are on their mobile. So we're predominantly set up for mobile use. But this would be the little prompt that says somebody's added 10 more images. So if I click that, we'll see that 10 more images have been added to Dezignwall. So you're very familiar with Instagram?
Yes.
So what we did was, and some basic facts about kind of the industry. So it's easier for a company to update their Instagram account than their own website. So what you're finding in the industry is that manufacturers are updating their Instagram account faster than they update their own website. And millennials are looking to Instagram for those product updates. As a designer, you've got to go find lighting, flooring, wall coverings, window coverings, all the furnishings and decor. And so you go visit hundreds, thousands of websites trying to find all your stuff. So millennials have learned, well, if I just follow those companies on Instagram, I'm going to get the latest posts from them so that I can get ideas in one spot. If I've got to go to everybody's website, I've got to go discover everybody's website, I've got to wait for that company to have good SEO to have them show up at the top of a Google search, and that is going to take forever. I can just follow you on Instagram, and I can get updates. So when we set out to design Dezignwall, we built it with that Instagram feel in mind. So it's very image based, so you can find the images right away. And we just took a bunch of our favorite features from social platforms and created a social platform for us. So in this screen, we've got multiple views, so you can look at the multiple views of a product. When you go to a trade show, you don't just look at the one view. Mm-hmm. You move the product around. You want to know what's going on the back side of this table. It's not just enough that you showed me this cool version, but I want to see the other stuff. I want to look around it and get an idea of what it is that what I've got here. So, and when you go to trade shows, I don't know if they upload any stories here. Let me do a search for COVID. I think they have some other ones with stories. No. So we added stories, and I don't know if they created one. So let me do this. I'll try to pull this one up instead. I'll do a video. So let me do this video of stories, and this is how stories works. And what we wanted to create there was when you go to a trade show, you want to find the product. Sure, you go looking for product, but you want to see the product from all different angles. And while you're standing in front of it, you want to know more about that product. You want to learn, how is it manufactured? Who was the designer? Did Kelly Alice design this chair? Or, you want to know more about it. Because as a designer, you're going to have to go back to your clients, and you've got to be the expert. And so you've got to be able to tell your client, oh yeah, Kelly Alice designed this. And the reason why it's this price is because they use the best quality, wood. They don't use compressed wood. The way that they manufacture it is this way. So stories is a way manufacturers can add a story onto a product photo so that you can learn interactively. Again, we're looking at that millennial designer and the whole group of millennial designers that are coming up. And the way that they learn is social media. They want things fast. We have an attention span of about 1.7 seconds. So when you go to a website, if you don't understand what it does within 1.7 seconds, you're going to move on. So that's why social media is so important, and that speed to capture and share information. So we've got
Joseph, can I actually, sorry. So you're already going into like someone who already knows a little bit more about Dezignwall, but can we get into like the basics of, and we actually on this webinar, we have both people who actually are industry partners as well as designers. So can you first initially tell us, okay, as designers, what are the benefits of Dezignwall to someone like me, a designer who has her profile there, and also for the industry partners who has come in, for them, like what can they do to improve their business?
Sure. So as an interior designer, you've got to go find a bunch of product for whether it's a residential, a commercial, hospitality. You've got to, the very first step that you take is to ideate. So you're going to go look for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, in order to do that, you're either having to go through catalogs of information
Mm-hmm.
and rip out pages, or you're having to go to a million different websites to go find images, or you're on Pinterest pinning ideas, looking to kind of hold those ideas for later.
Mm-hmm.
That is a lot of time. You're having to go to all these different places. So with Dezignwall, we've created a free platform where a manufacturer can create a profile. That takes them less than 10 minutes to create a business profile. And then they can begin uploading photos and organizing them into digital catalogs.
Mm-hmm.
So here, let me log in. So Covette House, they uploaded this photo. So I can go to their profile. So if you're a designer, you're able to find all these manufacturers in one spot because this was free for them to create a profile. And it's not just the big companies. It's the local artist who, builds a thing. This is anybody, because it's free. The local craftsman, the custom lighting company, any manufacturer who's got a product to put in front of the design industry is able to create a profile and post photos of their products and projects. So Covette House created their profile. It's got all their contact information, their about section, their photos, certifications, and service areas. So you can go to Covette House's catalog. I found this, and this is pretty interesting, but I want to look at their catalog. So I can click on their catalog, and I can browse their catalog through an index, or I can just scroll through their 259 items that they've uploaded to their catalog. So as a designer, you're not having to go to this website, which requires a password, and that website that makes you watch a video, or this other website that is e-commerce and it doesn't have the trade pricing. You can go to any company's catalog or profile. Let's do Curie. I might have spelled that wrong. Type in it. So here's decor components. You can go to their you can go to their profile. You can view all their catalogs, their contact info. So it's always the same. So whether you're at Emser Tile or you're at Tile Bar, the experience is the same. Because honestly, you just want to find those things so you can do your job. You don't want to spend a lifetime searching for stuff. You just want to find it fast. So for the designer, as far as sourcing and resource, Um, Dezignwall it's that trade show, but it's free for all the manufacturers, all the designers, so you're able to find everything eventually.
Mm-hmm.
As far as a designer, your project, so you can also post projects. So let's do Rod. So this is Rod Gantos and Associates. He's a commercial interior designer. So he's posted, let's go to his profile. So an interior designer can also create a profile.
Mm-hmm.
This lets him show his profile. I don't know why I named that test, but he does residential, commercial, and hospitality design.
Mm-hmm.
So he organized his projects into these categories. So we'll go to his hospitality design. He's got 6 catalogs, 6 items in there.
Mm-hmm.
So then these are his projects that he's worked on. He did this project for the spas at Laguna Cliffs. This is a project he did for the city of San Clemente. This is a project he did for, I don't know, what's this one? Ocean Crest Spa. So as a designer, you can create essentially your portfolio.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can post your projects. And then, so let's go into this one. Let's say he was meeting with a client who is looking to do a day spa at a hotel. So then he can share this project with that client to help him market. The benefit to that is his client is then able to forward it on to their colleagues or their wife or the husband or the mother-in-law who's going to help them make the decision. So right now, as an interior designers and architects, you guys make most of your business through referrals. This gives Rod the ability to share his project as a referral.
Mm-hmm.
He can also then post it to Facebook, which makes this photo a clickable link back into his profile.
Okay.
And then he can go to his reports and see who's clicking on it. So the beauty of social media is those analytics.
Mm-hmm.
So this is loading. So you can see who clicks on your different, let's say this was that Rod just shared that project with a client. He can see that a client clicked on it, who that client is, what company that they're with, how many times they clicked on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then follow up with them. So for you as a interior designer, this makes it easier for you to share your projects with clients. It makes it easier for your clients to share your projects with other people.
Mm-hmm.
And it gives you analytics. So we do 2 things for the interior designer. One, we're a sourcing platform. 2, we're the ability for you to post and share portfolios.
Mm-hmm.
So those are 2 big, easy things that as far as emerging technologies are really important for the interior designer.
Mm-hmm.
What's your feedback on that?
I think it's really cool. And I would also probably have to talk about House, because this reminds me of House. Because House is, again, it's a platform where we get to showcase our work, right? And I believe on House also you can share. I'm not 100% because I haven't really spent time on House. I did create a profile of mine in here just to try to figure out how the whole thing works. And it was very easy for me to do it. So definitely I would say that's really cool. And obviously trying to find the right materials, if everything is like in one space, that is obviously going to be a lot more easier for us as designers.
Yeah.
So I just posted 2 of my stuff there.
Yeah, here's your profile.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the projects that you posted.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that easy to find. And so people, you can share these. Now, as far as sharing goes, in the design industry, we're very familiar with a couple of things. One, printed material. So our catalogs, we're used to getting catalogs
mm-hmm.
from our manufacturers. And anytime you meet somebody, they hand you a business card. So these catalogs, what we did was we were working with Kohler, and Kohler said, hey, we spend $3 million a year producing printed catalogs. And as soon as we get them back from the printer, they're already out of date. The products have changed. They've discontinued items. So they like this idea of digital, but they've got faucets and they've got toilets, and so they wanted to have multiple catalogs. So we created multiple catalogs. And then they said, so a sales rep, when they go meet with the designer, they show up with a printed catalog and they show up with a business card. In a design firm, they meet with one designer. That catalog is going to end up on a bookshelf. That business card is going to float around on your desk until it ends up in the trash.
Yep.
What you didn't do was run around the entire design office telling all of your colleagues, hey, check out this great catalog I got, and here's this guy's contact info. You're never going to do that. So we did digital business cards. So every account comes with a free digital business card. So here's my contact info. Here's my banner. It's got a little customized message. I can send you an email and hit send. I can add it to my contacts list, and I can add an attachment. So now what you receive is an email with my contact information and a link back into your catalog. So when you meet with that client, you can stand in front of them, send them a digital card. You're residential or commercial?
I'm residential.
So when you're talking with a person, a husband, a wife, they're going to run it by somebody else. So handing them a card isn't very productive, because later on you talked with that husband. Tonight he's going to talk with his wife, and he's going to look around for that card, and he left it at the office. This way, or you know what, he's going to run it through his mom, because he's a mama's boy. So handing him a card isn't very efficient. Sending him a digital card means that he can send your project on to his wife, his mother-in-law, and his best friend. And they can now start giving him feedback, and now they can start looking at your project going, oh yeah, I love what she did here, and I love what she did there. And now you're top of mind and you're shareable. You can also share this to social media. So if you share this to social media, that's a clickable link back in. Right now, when you got done with this project, you took these photos and you posted to social media. When you did, you got some likes from your friends. You got some comments saying what a great job. But that doesn't click into anything. They have no next step. This gives them that next step so they can view the whole project. That's huge for you, because then you can go into your reports and see who's looking at it. And those are all potential clients. Right.
Oh, so we can actually see who all has clicked on it and who all has seen it and stuff like that?
Yeah, so I posted this article. I do articles. For you, this would be that project. For you, it would be this photo. And when you click on your reports, you would see that photo right here. Load. So you would see that photo right here. And you would see that Kylie Thomas from Designs by Kylie clicked on it twice. And Richard Fleming from Fleming clicked on it on October 4th. And he clicked on it 3 times. So Richard and Kylie really like that project. So you can follow up with them and send them a message and say, hey, Richard, just following up with you, noticed you were visiting my profile. Can I help you with anything?
Oh, so, and that's awesome. So their email address will be there.
That shouldn't be that should be their name. Our dev team is working on that.
Okay, but that is only if the designer has created their profile in there, right?
Yeah.
Or some, like for an industry partner. So let's say someone has, so we have Nancy in here, and she does this beautiful, fabulous flower arrangements. So if somebody clicks on that name, and if they haven't created their designer profile, how would she know who has clicked on it?
So you wouldn't.
Okay.
Now we do make it very easy for a person to sign in.
Uh-huh.
So if I were to go, I'm going to log out and I'm going to go join now. So we ask them for their company name, first name, last name, email, password. So it's very easy for them to log in. Let's say they find this photo of yours that they really like. They can click on it and they can get more information. But when they go to try to click on your logo, we ask them to sign in. So our system tries to get them to log in so that we can tell you who that person is.
Okay.
Now,
so that's super valuable.
Yeah. That ability, so what that does for you as a residential designer is, again, you meet with the husband, it lets him share with the wife and the best friend and the mother-in-law. And your reports let you know that the wife, the best friend, and the mother-in-law have all clicked on it. So that person is very engaged. And when you created your profile, I would suggest post all of your projects, because then they'll be able to look at the traditional projects. They'll be able to look at your contemporary projects, your transitional projects. And so what you're going to then see in your reports is that that client that you might have thought was traditional actually is over here on your contemporary. And they keep looking at your contemporary projects. So now you can get a sense of what it is that they like, and they get to see your range of design style. Again, Dezignwall at the core, and I guess I'll rewind a bit here. I come from custom lighting, and in 2000, custom lighting for hotels and casinos. And in 2008, with the recession, I watched a lot of my hotel casino friends lose their businesses. And the reason they lost their businesses was Americans weren't traveling, so hotels weren't buying. And those sales reps for the custom lighting companies, in order for them to stay in business, they would have had to go prospect into other industries. And for a salesperson to go knock on new doors is scary. It's almost death. You might as well just quit and go get another job, because prospecting, you make your money off of commissions, and to go knock on new doors, you're not going to hit your sales, and you might as well just go get a different job. So I wanted that to stop. So this company here, they can post this photo. They can tag it. They might have made this for a hotel, but they could tag this with entertainment, boutique hotel, retail, spa. They could tag it with a bunch of different keywords, and let's see what they did on this one. They tagged it with keywords: modern furniture, mid-century, hall entrance, furniture modern. So you can just add keywords. Living room, hall entrance. So you can add keywords that make this now searchable in other things. So let's do hall. So now their products come up in hallway searches. So they're now discovered in other industries. Let me do restaurant. So if I'm looking for restaurant ideas, here are all these products that are tagged with restaurant. So my custom hotel lighting people, they could have uploaded and tagged their photos with restaurant, and they might have been selling their light fixtures to the Cheesecake Factory. They would have discovered a new customer, and it would have cost them anything. they would have just added a keyword.
Mm-hmm.
So my goal with Dezignwall was to, I never want to see another business have to shut down because of lack of sales. I want to give that sales rep and that company the opportunity to be found globally, and maybe discover that they were focused on hotel, but maybe 60% of their business now comes from restaurant.
Mm-hmm. And you were mentioning that there's going to be a big change.
Yeah. So if you have been to our site, you see this word right here: design your commercial space.
Mm-hmm.
And for a lot of people, a lot of residential designers or hospitality or other industries, they'll say, well, I'm not commercial, so they leave.
Mm-hmm.
If we're a trade show, for the last year and a half, we've been filling our trade show with vendors. The vendors have been setting up their booth, getting ready for the event to open. So this is our new platform, our new layout.
Mm-hmm.
This is our first time kind of debuting our new layout. So we have now rebranded. We're now the fastest growing network for design professionals, the world's largest design and architecture virtual trade show.
Cool.
So same layout. You still have that ability to search for products in the same way. You can go to projects. You can go to products. So you can still search for that, but we're adding in social posts. So let me log in here. Oops. Too many O's. There we go. So what we've added in here is, like on Facebook, that ability to create a social post.
Mm-hmm.
Why did we do that? When you go to a trade show, you don't go with blinders on just looking at product. You're not just looking at this chair. You want to see it from multiple angles. You want to learn about that chair. And when you go to a trade show, you talk with your colleagues. You usually go to a trade show with somebody, and while you're there, you talk to each other.
Mm-hmm.
So the ability to socially share and have conversations with other people. So we've added the ability to post social posts, and you can upload photos, just like Facebook. This is that conversation. I'm headed to High Point Market. Post, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this gives you that ability to have open conversation and network with people. You can also, people can follow you. So I've got follow requests, and I can accept it or ignore. So this is building your social network. This is building your peer group. This is like going to a trade show and meeting people.
Mm-hmm.
And so those posts, those social posts, show up just like this, and on mobile it looks like that. So you've got the ability to post, find product and inspiration. The social posts look like this, the product posts look like this. And here's a story. So you can learn about that project quickly. The other thing, when you go to a trade show, you let's say you walked into a booth, you walked into Noir, and it's interesting, but I've been in Noir a bunch of times. So I want to get updates when they have something new. I don't really want to have to sift through everything every time. So then you can hit the follow button, so you can follow that company.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get updates up here. I don't know if this shows, but you'll get updates up here when those companies have created uploaded new photos. So you'll get these little updates. So you'll see the Noir logo plus they added 12 new photos. So you'd see the logo plus 12. So you could go to Dezignwall and you can check on your updates and see when when Noir has uploaded more stuff to their catalog. So this is pretty revolutionary because it's the first time, well, imagine Facebook and Instagram with the ability to source product. Imagine Pinterest with the ability to engage and connect. And imagine it all being on LinkedIn, a professional network. So on here, you're not going to get recipes for that blueberry oatmeal or granola. You're going to get, it's all going to be design-related conversation and products.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty revolutionary. We're also, I'm logged in as the wrong, let me log in as this other. We also introduced profiles. So on LinkedIn, you have a profile, and it shows your job history and that whole bit.
Mm-hmm.
We have introduced profiles. So here's my personal profile. So this is my beta staging site. So here's my profile. This is my banner, my picture of me. Apparently I'm a koala. You can post a message. You might be able to post on here that I'm looking for a painter, or we're looking to hire. So you can post public messages here. You can view your activity, your work experience, and education. So it's like your LinkedIn profile.
Mm-hmm.
In your profile, when I go to edit profile, I can change a message.
EM.
So I can post a message. I can also look at the companies that I'm following and my favorite companies. I can then view the projects that I'm working on and my activity, and I can change my education and my work experience and my volunteer experience. So it's like the LinkedIn profile,
Mm-hmm.
but for a designer.
Right.
Your favorite companies is kind of interesting. So on Pinterest, you create walls. So I can pin this project right here to a Cheesecake Factory main dining, right? So I found this product. I think this would be great for that project that I'm working on for Cheesecake Factory. So I can pin it into my Cheesecake Factory project and pin it into my wall. And then over here, where was I? Oh, let me go to my walls. So I can go to my Cheesecake Factory project. Here's my Cheesecake Factory project, and here's all those folders that I've been creating for my Cheesecake Factory project. So now I've got main dining area, bedroom light or bathroom lighting, water feature, tables. So, and I can invite people into it. I can add team members and invite team members on. I can invite team members into the different folders.
Okay.
Invite a member. So I might have, let's say I'm working on the Cheesecake Factory and we've got 12 people working on it. But I've got 3 of them working on the main dining area, and then I've got, 2 other people working on the bathroom lighting. So I can create unique teams for the main dining area, and I can create a unique team for the bathroom lighting area. So for you, this might be a vendor. Maybe you create a bathroom lighting for that electrician because you're wanting to let them know, hey, we're going to be ordering these different wall lights, recessed mirror lights. And so, hey, vendor, let me invite you in so that way you can start to understand what type of lighting we're working with.
Right. So it's a great collaboration tool.
Yeah, and that's what we are. And all of this is free. This doesn't cost anybody anything.
Okay. And I'm glad you just talked about this because that was one of the questions which we already have. So Sunny asked the same. The question is there an idea board or a Pinterest type functionality for designers to save their product? So there you go. You just answered that one question.
Yeah. The difference is
as for the same question, she also asked, is there an option to make these boards private?
They're all private.
Okay.
You would have to invite a person in order to share it.
Okay.
Unlike Pinterest, it wasn't just pinning interesting ideas. This is your workspace.
Okay. Now, are the manufacturers actually putting the price in there?
So let's go to there. Let's do it on the live one.
And just so that I'm giving you a heads up, I have a couple of questions that has already come in.
Okay. So, so they can list pricing. They don't have to. Let me go to products. So first of all, we do no sales on Dezignwall. We are not Steelyard. We are not Wayfair. And our audience can be a wholesale buyer, a designer to the trades, or hospitality. And on hospitality, they're not buying retail; they're buying peace of mind. So, totally different pricing, and I don't assume any of them. So we don't do buy now; we do request quote. So here's Cavett House, and they uploaded this product. So they chose not to show pricing. Let me go to RST. Now, RST brands, they will show pricing. So let's go this one. So this one, they're listing the retail price of $2,199.
That's the list price?
No. So again, there's no buy now.
Right.
They're listing the retail price because they are a retailer. But you could either go straight to their profile, you could contact them directly, or you can hit the request for quote button, fill out a form, let them know when you're available for the return call. The best way to reach you is email or phone. From what time to what time, AM or PM? Do you prefer cell phone or home? What country are you in? And then you hit send, and they'll contact you. So we only do a request for quote. Here, it looks better this way. So we do request for quote. Now, that means that Dezignwall doesn't get paid for that. This is simply you found RST brands, you like this thing, this resort deluxe 5-piece club chair, and you are now in contact directly with RST. You and them, you guys come together. Dezignwall's not part of it. We don't get a % of the sale. We don't get credit for it in any way, shape, or form. It's just you having a conversation with RST brands.
Okay, cool. So are you ready for some questions?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So I believe this is part of what you just answered, but Holly George was asking, are all the vendors on Dezignwall offering trade-only pricing? So you mentioned there are a couple of different tiered pricing, right? And you don't have to show it, especially if like the clients are also coming on it, you don't have to show the pricing. You can just have that questionnaire where they are filling it out if they are asking for for the price.
Yeah, so let's say your client does figure out, they come into Dezignwall and they're like, oh, I can find all this stuff myself.
Mm-hmm.
If my mom comes on to Dezignwall, my mom wants to buy now. Your clients want to buy now.
Mm-hmm.
Offer buy now. We offer request quote because the designer doesn't buy now. They request quotes.
Mm-hmm.
So your client who's kind of impatient and wants to just buy this table,
Mm-hmm.
they don't have that option here. So very quickly they're going to go, I'm out of here because they want stuff now.
Right.
You've got a lot more patience than that, and you're looking to request quotes. So as far as trade only, wholesale, hospitality pricing, you contact the manufacturer and you guys have that discussion. So you're going to talk to whoever at Covet, or you're going to talk to whoever at RST, and they'll do the pricing for you.
Okay.
We just put you two together.
Right. So Rona, I believe your question was also very similar. Prices on the website available to trade only, or can anyone see the trade prices? I believe you just answered that too.
Yeah.
All right. So another question from Holly George. Is there a price key or scale? So if we are looking for price in the $1 category versus a $3 category range, can we spot which is worth requesting vendor to take the time to quote?
So no, we don't have that yet because again, we're not very focused on the pricing.
Mm-hmm.
So you're probably gonna, if we were to do that, where a lot of companies aren't listing pricing, you're probably not going to find a lot of product that way. Here's how we are doing that. Let me. This is deep into our the back end of how we get things done here. Let me. I'll share with you. So this is how we create our logic. So this is our notes for our developers.
Mm-hmm.
So on Pinterest, the more you pin, the more they learn about your pinning habits, and they'll put more products like that in front of you. That's their algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
Our algorithm is you and your friends. So let's say you've got a person and they shop at Big Lots. Odds are their friends shop at Big Lots too. So when their friends click on chairs, they're going to identify product as being Big Lot quality, right? And pricing.
Mm-hmm.
So as my friends click on chairs that they find, then I'm going to get exposure to those catalogs when I do my searches. So my friends are curating my search for me. Now, let's say I'm a stager, right?
Mm-hmm.
My friends are going to have an eye for product that would belong in a staged environment. So as they click on things, then I'm going to see more products that they're helping me find.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's say I'm a residential designer. So my friends are probably residential designer too. So as they click on stuff, they're going to help me identify things that are residential quality product. And then when I do my search, I'm going to then find stuff of that caliber. And then let's say I'm a hotel designer. So my friends are probably hotel designers too. And hotel furniture has to last longer. It's got to be more durable. It's got to be commercial grade. So my friends who have an eye for that will be able to help me identify more hotel grade products. So when I do a search, my friends are helping me find hotel grade products stuff. So that's how our search algorithm works
Okay, so one question regarding that. So when you say your friends, is it connected to our LinkedIn profile and the Facebook, or do we have to make the new friends connected friends in the Dezignwall itself?
So Facebook wasn't too friendly about that, but LinkedIn was. So when you connect, we give you the option to connect with Facebook or with LinkedIn friends, and then your contacts.
Okay.
So you'd send out, just like when you join Twitter for the first time, it asks you to connect with a few people, then it asks you to connect with the people on your contacts list, and then it creates all those connections for you.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just like other social platforms.
Right. All right. So couple more questions. I know you have to go. So I'm going to read all the questions together, and then we can compile, and then you can basically answer them one at a time.
Okay.
Okay. So one question from Joshua. How old is Dezignwall? How many companies have listings on the website? In short, how much traffic are you generating for an IP like us to consider listing?
So we launched on January 18th, 2016. We had 2 companies on our platform, and we had 12 photos. We now have cleared over 117,000 subscribers. We've built a social network of over 16 million, and our manufacturers have uploaded over 16,000 SKUs. So that free and that ability to create on your own meant massive growth.
Cool. Jay, so for every IP who's listening in, this was pretty much done for you guys, mainly because you have to be on this platform. It is new, and Joseph has been asked to speak at all the main level, like different conferences and everything. So this is sort of like the talk of the town right now. He just came back from Bold Summit. Now he's going to High Point Market, right?
Yeah, I was out in Kansas City, and then I was out in Bold Summit in Chicago. I'll be at High Point Market. I'm hosting a panel with Kelly Ellis. Kelly Ellis is on my management team. And then after that, I'll be at BDNY, and then I'll be at West Edge. I'm at 28 trade shows this year, speaking on different emerging technologies and reestablishing luxury in the design industry.
Okay, so you guys have to be on there. That's it. That's basically, if you want more leads, if you want to generate more leads, and if you want to basically sell your stuff to people who are other than in New Jersey, other than in your network currently, then you need to be there. I guess that's the short answer for that.
Yeah.
So
I will, if you guys want, I can share with you. We did 2 videos, and it'll explain kind of the trade show aspect, and then I can share with you guys, and this is kind of way ahead of the game, but for your for the industry partners, this can be pretty interesting for them. For the let's do the
so do you want them to go on your YouTube channel and see it? Because I know you had to go for your next presentation.
Scott's messaging me right now, and I think he's got, at least it started. So
okay, so they can basically go to the YouTube channel, look for Dezignwall, and then see it, right?
Yeah. Let me share the one that they can't, though. So where, for the IP people and for the for just industry?
Yeah, we do have a lot of our IPs logged in right now.
Okay. So where we're headed is, so if we're a virtual trade show, where are the buyers and sellers of decor and furnishings and equipment? They attend trade shows. So where is that? Load more. Why am I not seeing it? Oh, I'm not logged in. Sorry about that.
That's okay. And,
yeah, so they wouldn't have been able to find this either. So here, I'll share. So where we're going is the buyer and seller for furnishings and decor and equipment, they go to trade shows.
mm-hmm.
So our next move is we're looking to replace the QR code at trade shows. So I'm going out to High Point to secure the contract for our event solutions program. And am I not finding it? Let me do this. I'll just do our event solutions. Shoot. Sorry about this.
It's okay. And in order for them to get started, they're just going to start by creating their own profiles, right?
Yeah. So here's our event solutions. So what that does is amazing. The attendees, when you go to a trade show and it's a multiple day trade show, you forget everything that you saw. And when that exhibitor scans you, you're just going to end up on their email list.
Mm-hmm.
And what you came there for was to shop, and what they came there for and spent a lot of money to do it was to sell. Yet the registration systems that we use, it's not designed for that. So we're taking something fairly similar. It's that QR code, but instead of the exhibitor scanning you, you scan the exhibitor. That creates a record of all those things that you saw at all the different trade shows. And when you share it, it shares a direct link into the folder. All across the board, this is better productivity for the attendee. This is increased sales for the exhibitor. And it extends that relationship beyond the trade show. This is going to utterly change decor, trade show, furniture trade shows globally. This is going to be really fun.
Right. Yeah.
That sounded very sales pitchy. I'm just really excited about it.
No, that shows. No, I think that, and what you mentioned was very true. Like LinkedIn is for everybody. Instagram is for everyone. Whereas Dezignwall is literally all of those things, but for the design industry, which makes a big difference.
Yeah.
So absolutely. And it is worth being excited about. So awesome.
That's
right.
Such a huge concept, that event solutions, that's a game changer for the industry.
Right. Okay.
All this is kind of game changing. There's no spot like it. There's Steelyard is great, but that's only the companies that paid. Furnitureland South and Design Network, awesome program. They offer white glove delivery. They are only able to deliver the products that they have a relationship with.
Yep.
Wayfair, same thing, awesome program. Only able to deliver the companies that are on Wayfair. On Dezignwall, any local artist, craftsman, custom manufacturer, and the big guys can all be on there in the same spot for free. That's amazing. For a designer, that's amazing.
Yep. And I want to say, actually, I probably shouldn't say this, but I don't think everybody is a great tool out there. Let me just finish with that. I don't want to say which one or which one is not. But anyways, so the next question, is the manufacturer the one who creates their version of a description category tab, or is there a standard set of boxes if I want to search metal and wood tables?
Yeah, so they put their own descriptions. It's kind of like on any other social media. We are working on a function that will suggest keywords based off of the keywords that they used and what other companies have used that are similar items. Mm-hmm. So we will hopefully be able to provide more comprehensive keywords.
Right. And she also says, let's be clear, an image can only be identified if they have an account, right? Please confirm.
Can be identified.
Oh, so I believe, Linda, if you wanted to just write in exactly what you meant, image can only be identified if they have an account. Please confirm.
So let's say if I'm signed out, I think this is the question. So let's say I'm not logged in, and so I can go look. I can browse all over Dezignwall. Mm-hmm. I can go learn more about this product. I can read the description. This was whatever Genius display is inspired by, blah blah blah, style, category. I can look at other catalogs. I can poke around quite a bit. But when it comes to getting information, I want to contact this person. I've got to log in. I want to request a quote. I've got to log in. So that's where we put the wall that says, hey, this company wants to know more about you too. So log in. But I can go look. Oh, I will show you this other feature. There's so many features on here. I'm so sorry. So designers, you're still going to want to print things out, and you're still going to want to save and use in your own mood boards. So let's say this Covette house. I can go in here. I have to be logged in to do it. I can save as a JPEG, or I can save as a PDF. So let me save it as a PDF. And this is what it produces. It's a tear sheet. Mm. It's got the company's logo, the name of the product, the description. It's got the product information, the company's information for contact. These are all clickable links, so I can go back to the image, could go back to the catalog, and I can request a quote straight from the PDF.
Cool. And where are you saving those PDF within our own thing in Dezignwall, or are we doing it on our computer?
right now, let's say you find that thing in a magazine. You find that that thing. You're ripping it out. You're sticking it on a wall.
Yeah.
You're cutting it out, and now you've cut out all the contact info. You don't know where you found that 3 months from now. This gives you a tear sheet with the ability to go right back into that product. So
Right.
for you to print.
Oh, it's for us to print. Okay.
Or you can email it on
or save on our Dezignwall.
wherever you want to put it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yours.
Okay.
This, I've had companies that, you know how expensive it would be for them to create tear sheets? So as they upload photos, as Covette House was uploading this photo, we automatically created a tear sheet for them. So I've got companies on here that they're mom and pop shops. They're not creating a tear sheet for every custom item. Let me go to Orion Chandelier. So Orion Chandelier, these are all custom light fixtures. So they're not creating a tear sheet for a custom light fixture. We automatically created a tear sheet for them.
Oh, that's really cool. So the manufacturers don't have to do it. It's already built in. That's awesome.
Yeah, so imagine you post to Instagram. Your post creates an automatic tear sheet. That's amazing.
Okay. Yeah.
That's so easy.
That's cool.
Yeah. So, and that QR code means that when you print it out and that designer sticks it on a wall,
we lose it.
Go right back into their profile.
Okay. Okay. So, do you have time for 2 more questions?
I've got to grab an Uber and get over to this.
All right. So one more. I'm going to just do one more. How does Dezignwall select the images and companies that appear on the first page of Dezignwall?
We don't. It's a feed. So this was the newest company to upload.
So that comes up.
And this was the last one to upload. So it's a feed, just like your like Facebook.
Okay.
But on Facebook, so we don't do any paid. We don't make any money.
So what is the difference? So there was an upgrade feature on Dezignwall, right?
Oh yeah, we don't use that anymore. There's nothing that you can upgrade to. These don't work anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's totally free.
Okay. Awesome.
We also have articles. So this is Tastefully Inspired has created an article and a podcast. So,
hi guys, this is Mark. Welcome to the podcast.
So again, if you're at a trade show, you're not just looking at product, you're looking to sit in on panel discussions to learn about the industry. This is Mark from Tastefully Inspired sharing with you something that you can read
today we
or
have
something that you can listen to.
She's a fellow Cal.
To learn about the industry.
So can we post our own stuff in there too?
So right now you have to pick, are you a blogger or a podcast? And then you would have a blogger podcast profile, or are you a designer or a product manufacturer? We don't do both yet.
Oh, we're all doing a lot of blogging.
Yeah. You would have to, right now, you'd have to create 2 different accounts.
Okay. All right, cool. I know, Joseph, that you're like literally sitting on needles.
Yeah.
So I think I should, okay, do you want to stop sharing the screen?
Were there any last minute questions?
So far I think we've answered everything. If we keep asking, we will pretty much get more questions, and I know you're running late.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm hosting right now another live event in the next city over in Palmdale. So yeah, hopefully that was helpful. For me, it was very helpful because I've never presented our product like this. we don't have anything to sell. So these are all companies that have created these profiles themselves. It cost me nothing to do that. And this is all them. This is all companies discovering us and creating their catalogs and sharing. So.
Okay. I can hear the beep. All right.
Yeah.
So I so appreciate you taking the time to do this for our design community. And I never take anyone's time for granted.
Okay.
So thank you so much for taking the time to join us for this webinar.
Here, let me unshare the screen, right? Shoot.
Or you just have to hit stop share.
Oh, okay. Okay. There you go.
Okay. So again, thank you so much, Joseph. I know you have to run. So thank you for taking the time. And as always, thank you all for joining me. And until next month, I'll see you for another episode of Tech Talk. Until then, I'm Ramya Warrior signing off. Bye.